Ryan with Premier Seal Coating, and we are in my hometown of Oxford. If you watch my channel with any type of regularity, then you may have seen this job before. Gate's closing behind me. So let's take a look. What do we got here? Well, this thing is a mess. It has gone through a lot. Now, you know, when you're a contractor that does this, you get pressured by municipalities all the time. And what I mean by that is a lot of these projects that you do, they have to take place within the same fiscal year, right? I don't know why, but just that's how it is. So what they want you to do is, you know, you got to get the project done. So let's say it's a splash pad, or it's a tennis court, or it's a basketball court, or a pickleball court. If you're paving it and you're coating it in the same season, then the paving has to get done very early in the spring. Now, most manufacturers recommend a 60-day hold period after the pavement has been installed before you put any type of acrylic coating on top of it. You know, if it's seal coating a driveway, they want you to wait a year. But for some reason, this stuff is okay after 60 days. I don't think so. What I think is they have to hurry it for municipal reasons to get things done within the same fiscal year. And one day somebody decided we're going to start putting 60 days on our barrels. And then you had another company, they just came out and said, you can put ours down 30 days after. Now everybody's saying 30 days after. I could be completely wrong. I don't know. And I'm telling you that. I talk a lot of crap on here, acting like I know, but I don't know. I don't know why. So maybe somebody could comment on and explain to me like where my logic, where I'm losing my logic and my thought process. All right. So, you know, that's always made me wonder. Now, what happens when you seal asphalt too early is you lock the oils in, and the asphalt does not have time to cure. So the asphalt stays very soft, and then anything that you're putting on top of it in the way of a coating is, if it's not too flexible, then you're going to wind up with cracking. Now that's what we have over this entire surface. These are micro cracks. They are everywhere. And then you even got some of this happening, where the product itself has just completely delaminated from the surface. Okay. So, you know, like what happened? Like where did they go wrong in this? My opinion, I think, and after speaking with some people from the town, they didn't wait the recommended time before putting the coating down. It was a rush thing. They just rushed it. Another issue, too, is because these pumps and the splash pad stuff is turned on by these electrical, these things right here, they had to essentially ground the entire surface. You know, in case like some kind of critter or something gets underneath this, chews some holes in the wire, then some little Billy's out here playing, hey, I love my splash pad, ah! You know? So they put these rods in everywhere, and they didn't do a good job, because the guys were telling me as they were rolling it, they were popping out. We're seeing a lot of like rust issues. Now, people see that on a court and they tend to think, oh, it could be pyrite. Maybe it's pyrite. Pyrite's is a common cause of, you know, right here, look. is a common cause of stuff like this. But right here, I mean, you can actually feel the metal poking out. So, you know, they have to deal with that. So, you know, it's like every year they'd have us come down here and they're trying to get us to fix it. It's like, what do we do? You know, I mean, look at this. It's very hard, and I keep telling them, look, you know, this surface was not the right surface. You know, yeah, can you use asphalt? Yes. Can you use the sport court material in this type of application? Yes, you can. But there's a specific type of like polyurethane coating that they use for splash pads that would hold up much better. This is like the cheapest way out of every this is just the cheapest way out, which is typical for a municipality. You know, they don't have money. A lot of times the town might see this and get a little upset with me for saying this, but you know, you got engineers who really have no life experience on the job actually applying this stuff, you know. But because they're engineers, everybody listens to everything they say. So some engineer thought that this was going to be a great idea to do this. And here we are. I mean, every year they're spending anywhere from $1,500 to, you know, a couple thousand to try to repair this stuff, you know. What my guys are going to do, my guys are going to come today. We're going to power wash this whole thing off. We're going to get this all nice and cleaned up. And we're going to get it nice and cleaned up, and then we're going to worry about recoating it. So first thing we're going to have to do is we're going to have to fix all of like these areas over here that have started to delaminate. We'll scrape up everything that we can that's loose. All of this stuff that's leaving like the high ridges right here and right here, we'll scrape that too. You know, normally I would come out here with a mini miller, my little mini miller, my Graco scarifier, and I would start to shave all of this stuff down. You know, like you can see the way that the sun is reflecting off that. There are air pockets all underneath that thing. And I would get in there, same thing over here where these cracks are. You can see it's starting to lift. And I would get in here with a mini miller and I would grind all of that stuff down right to the asphalt. I'd reapply patch binder, you know, to fill all this stuff in. But because of the metal rods that they use for grounding, I can't do that. You know, that's why it's like this is like a big issue, you know, because what do you do? It's like we're going to redo this splash pad, right? We're going to touch up all the areas that need patch binder like that, and all the stuff I just showed you, some of these bigger cracks. Over here there is over here, where the fuck did I see that? Over here, you know, you got it, it's lifting. So we'll fix all that. We'll scrape that stuff down, hit it with patch binder, and then we're going to recoat the whole thing. We're not going to do it the same layout that it is now. All right, trying to go cost effective. This was Dynaflex's material. I'm not too impressed with how the orange held up. You know, the orange looks peach now, and the yellow looks gross and burnt. But we're going to go over all of these with patch binder. We're going to repaint the entire surface black with a couple coats of acrylic resurfacer. That should fill in a lot of these little fissure cracks and cover that stuff. But I told these guys that anything that we do is just temporary, you know. It's just temporary, and next year they're going to have to deal with this again, you know. Maybe 2 years you'll get out of it, but for the most part, this is not going to hold up that well, considering all the underlying issues. So if you're going out and you're doing estimates on stuff like